Hi, and welcome back to Sonya's Prep. Welcome to another edition of my Rosh Hashanah videos. In this week's video, I'm going to be featuring all of the salads that I plan to make for Rosh Hashanah. I have a lot of delicious and yummy goodies to share with you. If you enjoy these types of videos, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out to know what kind of videos you want to see more of. And I just wanted to give a little prelude to what will be coming next week. Next week, I'm going to be releasing a video of my full Rosh Hashanah meal plan. It features duck and brisket, just all these yummy and delicious goodies. And I don't want you to miss it. So click on the notification bell down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new. With all that said, now let's get into all these delicious, yummy recipes, and I'll show you just how I made everything. To start off, to make my life a little bit easier, I start roasting all of the vegetables that I need to cook first so that while they're roasting, I can get other components done like doing my dressings. So here I have my eggplant. I'm going to be slicing them into about 5 to 6 millimeters in thickness. And I'm going to be dipping each eggplant into some vegetable oil. You can definitely dip it into olive oil or avocado oil, any oil of your liking. After dipping in the eggplants into the oil, I do try to remove as much excess oil as possible by sliding the eggplant off of the plate, and that just creates minimal oil onto the tray. And I do the exact same things with the zucchinis. I take the zucchini, slice them up thinly, dip each one into oil, and place them on a baking tray, getting ready to be baked in the oven. I then take another zucchini and cut it into thick wedges and place them into the baking tray, drizzle it with some oil, and get it ready to be baked as well. I roast all of these vegetables set on broil, and once they're done roasting on one side, I do flip it over and let them roast and get brown on the other side. I would say it takes about 5 to 7 minutes per side. I do the exact same thing with the zucchini circles and the zucchini wedges. Once they're browned on one side, I flip them all over and place them back in the oven to brown on the other side. Now that the oven is busy cooking all the vegetables, I can get started on making all of the yummy salads. So here I have some kale that's already been chopped up. I do use this salad spinner that I'll have linked for you in the description box. It's very convenient. It gets all of the water out of the leaves and out of any of the greens that you'll be using, and it makes for a less soggy salad. So I really do recommend it. Once I've drained all of the water out, I place it into a nice dish. I then cut up some figs and some red onion thinly. I also have an apple there that I'm going to be slicing up thinly as well. I then also take an orange and segment it, and I'll show you just how I do it. I peel the orange, taking the tops and bottoms off, and I use my knife, and this is how I peel it. Once the orange is peeled, I try to segment it by going through each membrane, slicing it, and just removing the orange clean with no seeds and no skin. With what's left of the orange, I just simply squeeze it into the bowl where I'll be making the dressing for the salad. For the apple, I leave the peel on because it looks pretty. I try to use a red apple for this salad because it just pops with the green of the kale. I slice them as thinly as possible. You could also use a mandolin slicer to slice up these apples if it's easier for you. Now that all the components are ready for the salad, we're going to make the dressing. I have a 1/3 cup of avocado oil here. I'll be adding apple cider vinegar, and I'll use a 1/4 of a cup of that inside of the dressing. I then squeeze out about 2 to 3 tablespoons of honey into the dressing as well. I didn't even bother measuring it. I then add in about 2 to 3 crushed garlic cloves, 2 teaspoons of salt, a little bit of black pepper. I give everything a very good mix, and the dressing is all ready. Don't forget to taste your dressing before pouring it over your salad, just to make sure that it is to your liking. If it needs more salt, add more salt. If it needs more honey, add more honey. Make each and every salad your own with whatever you like. I then add in a little bit of all of the ingredients, and I massage the kale because kale is a little bit rough and it does need a little bit of tender love and care. So massage it with your hands, get everything incorporated with a little bit of the dressing. Once the kale has been massaged for a little bit, I finish everything off with the rest of the ingredients. I place the apples right over the top with the red onions and the figs and make it look nice and pretty. Now on to our spinach and arugula salad with some strawberries. I take my spinach and arugula, I washed it really well. I use my salad spinner to drain all of the extra water. I then place everything into a nice bowl and get all of the other components ready for the salad. I had a little bit of red onion and some red apples left over from the previous salad. I placed a little bit of that onto the salad as well. I take some strawberries, slice them thinly to place on top of the salad because it just looks gorgeous with the red and the green and the white and the purple. If for some reason you don't like a certain ingredient, feel free to change it up and make this your own. I then add in some pecans that I had over in the house and some craisins, and I'm going to be showing you just how I make the dressing for the salad. For the balsamic dressing, you'll need a 1/3 cup of avocado oil or olive oil, 2 to 3 tablespoons of honey, a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar, a sprinkling of pepper, and about a teaspoon of salt to taste. I mix everything really well, and the dressing is all ready. I then place the dressing over the salad, but I do not mix it because I want it to stay nice and fresh. Because arugula and spinach are delicate, I leave it just as is. Now moving on to our next salad with these roasted eggplants. So now that our eggplants have roasted and they're nice and cool, I place them on this cute dish that I got from Home Goods. I just cascade the eggplants down. Separately, I chopped up some red onion, some red pepper, some dill. I add in 2 to 3 cloves of crushed garlic into the mix. If you don't use garlic on Rosh Hashanah, just leave it out in any of these recipes. My family enjoys it, so we use it. I then add in a tablespoon of sugar. You could also customize the sugar to your taste. A sprinkling of salt and black pepper. I add in a 1/4 cup of oil and a 1/4 cup of vinegar. I place this dressing mixture into the center of the eggplant dish. It just makes it look gorgeous and beautiful. The colors just pop with the red and the green and the white. It's a lovely dish. It tastes amazing, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I take the juices from the dressing and just sprinkle that all throughout the eggplant so it does have a nice taste throughout. Now moving on to the zucchinis, I plate them as nicely as I can on this flat plate that I also got from Home Goods. So I take the zucchini wedges, I place them on the four corners of the plate, and then with the zucchini circles, I try to make a floral design on the center and on the sides. I then take my Caesar salad dressing. It's basically mayo, garlic, salt and pepper with some dried dill with a little bit of water. I place a few dollops of the dressing throughout the zucchini dish. I then add in some craisins. I would have preferred to add in some pomegranates, but I could not find any when I was trying to make this video, but definitely add in tons of pomegranates, and I sprinkled on the rest of my dressing that I used from the previous recipe, and I just sprinkled it all like confetti, and it's just a beautiful dish. For the last salad, I have my beet carpaccio, and I'll show you just how I made it. First, you'll need to cook your beets. You could either roast them in the oven while you're roasting the rest of your vegetables, covered in a tin pan, or you could simply boil them. I boil them for about 20 to 30 minutes until they are ready. It depends on the size of your beets. I was very impatient. As you see, the beets are very hot here, but I just really wanted to get this done. But obviously, when you're making this, make sure that the beets are completely cooled. On a nice long plate, I placed a bed of spinach and arugula, and then I placed the beets right over the top of that because, again, the contrast in colors is just gorgeous with the red and the green. For the dressing, I'm going to be using the exact same dressing as I used for the apple cider vinegar in our first recipe. I just simply top it all off with tons of greens, of dills and cilantro, and I place that right over the center of each beet. I try to contain the greens right in the center, but I do let the dressing fall all throughout the beets so that all of it has a nice amount of flavor in it. That is it for my Rosh Hashanah salads. I hope you guys all liked this video. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to tune in next week to see all of my Rosh Hashanah meal ideas. I cannot wait to see you at the premiere of next week's video at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. Until next time, have a very happy and healthy Rosh Hashanah from my family to yours.